Alright, here we go. So, the rear suspension is just about done. It's been a while since I made a video because there's been a lot of work for very little return. Alright, so here's what I've done so far. So I removed the front shock mounts on both sides. I plated the inner frame rail on that side pretty much where it needs to be for now. This side I've done half. I need to make a secondary one that's sitting over on the bench and will get cut soon. I laid out the coilovers at ride height. I welded the crossover tube for the coilovers in. I welded the crossover upper mounts. I've set the pinion angle. I've set the track for the panhard bar at ride height. I have also gone through and reduced these bushings to fit inside the 1 5/8" diameter tube. So these bushings here, woo, I don't know if I have the box around here, but this is supposedly what they call for to run this in an 1 5/8" diameter tube. It doesn't work. What I ended up going with was a Prothane. But the problem with the Prothane one is they were too big. So the outside diameter of this collar was too big. And so what I did was I ran it down on the grinder and smoothed it out and ran it to where it fit inside the 1 5/8" diameter here. So, to make a long story short, what we have right now is everything is either tacked or welded on the rear end except for the anti-sway bar mounts. So I've got a little bit of measuring to do with that to get these in. So once I get that done, then they'll be ready to go. With the track set, the pinion angle set, the wheelbase set, everything should be pretty much square. I'll have to redo that once I get the bed on. But we got the bed mounts are right here, 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 and then up front there. So that all is going to be kind of open with the boxing of the frame. As you can see, they fall right in line with there. So the gas tank's going to be back here, so I'm not going to box the back side. So that'll be good. With the front here, I'll have to figure out some workarounds on that. I got my seat in. So currently, this is a Police Interceptor rear second row seat out of Explorer. It has the integrated middle seat belt. It's a 60/40 split bench. I got to get a little bit of a riser. I'm gonna do maybe a 6-inch riser with slides. So that's where that sits. I got the mid-shift kit for the TKO. That's over here. I ended up going with, I don't know who it was. I can't remember the name of the company. Anyways, there's the mid-shift. It is Silver Star transmission, something like that. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Anyways, so that's the kit for to move that forwards, because what I found out is that once I got the seat in here, as you can see, the shifter for the regular TK was underneath the seat, which just won't work. That's done. It ain't gonna work. So the mid shift will work fine. I pulled out the 1 1/4" mounts that I had in the little add-on spacers from Joe's Racing Products. I don't know if this thing is going to focus or not. Anyways, so what I did was I replaced that with 2 hockey pucks on each side. My ultimate goal is to replace those with C7 short mounts. I will eventually get to that, but for the time being, that's not really a big worry. So we got, it looks like we're going to be pretty good on clearance for the back of the firewall. I'm still looking on the YSI or a 80mm turbo for this. For the time being, I think this will crank out about 550 horsepower. The goal ultimately is 1,000 to the wheel. And I think it's possible. I just gotta work on some math and stuff with that. So anyways, here I put in 3/8 by 16 weld nuts for the bump stops. There's one on each side. I welded those in order to keep the bump stops locked in. So once we get the full box of the frame in, all that's done. So I don't know. So the next step is weld these tabs on for the anti-roll bar, and then I'll have to look at the brakes. Either I'm going to fit the brakes or I'll paint the rear end and then paint all the suspension and box and weld and everything. But that's where I am for now. Thanks.